Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our students, our lesson for today will be Unit 6, of course, Lesson 4 on page 66 in your students' books, and the title is a check-up. هنا تجي معناته إجراء فحص طبي, right? So here we have 4 pictures as you see here, and this lesson has a relation with the previous one, which is what? Giving advice, responding to advice, asking for advice. يعني احنا اليوم علاقة درسنا كلها أيضا إلى علاقة بالدرس السابق اللي هو as I said before this time giving advice إعطاء نصيحة, okay, giving advice or asking for asking advice يعني or for an advice, and even also maybe okay maybe راح تقرين أحسن منها responding كيف أنت تكون إجابتك للنصيحة اللي أعطت إلك بشكل شكر, يعني تقولي that is a great idea, good idea, etc. Responding to advice. So we have 3 parts you will find in our lesson for today. In addition to that, this is one part. In addition to that, what we are going to see, we are going to see that we have a person whose name is Abdullah. This is a person, and he has a conversation with what? With the father, okay, and with we have with his father, with his mother, with his friends, maybe with a professor or doctor who will give him advice, certain kind of advices. Okay, right. What we are, before listening and knowing with whom he is going to talk, let us see these points. هذه النقاط اللي أمامك الآن اللي هي he should, طبعا plus infinitive form of the verb, and اللي هي تجي مصدر مجرد طبعا نعرفها هي خالي من أي إضافة, يعني بعد he والshould أكيد لازم يجي عندي infinitive form of the verb. He ought to also تجي بعدها infinitive form of the verb. He shouldn't also plus infinitive form of the verb. What are these? These are forms of giving advice. You ought to طبعا ينبغي عليك, وقلنا شكلها يعادل نفس المينينج اللي هي must يجب عليك هنا. اوكي, وحكينا على من الأكثر formal must يعني ought to أو shouldn't, ومنه الأقل بالformality اللي هي ممكن أستخدمها subject plus could, وقلنا هذه أضعف وحدة لإعطاء النصيحة, right? ال should, ought to, shouldn't, could كلها تدخل تحت مندرج مسمى modal verbs. Modal verbs الأفعال الناقصة. Right. Now let's move to our listening. Listening اللي هو إصغاء. Okay. Not listen. Listen درس. هنا عندنا أنا جاي أتحدث عن listening. Read and find out. Read and find out why Abdullah has some problems and what advice would you give him. Right. نصائح باستخدام he should or ought to or shouldn't or maybe even could. Before starting reading, because this is what a conversation, but it is not a complete conversation, حوار مو كامل, let us start listening, okay? Or before listening, let us start reading, then completing our reading by listening. So wake up, Abdullah, and sit up. Sorry, sir, I have been feeling a bit tired recently. It's too late to finish my homework because of after the midnight, because يعني 12:35 ممكن يعني فبعد midnight منتصف الليل, so it is too late. He is saying that it is too late or to finish my homework. I am exhausted. Exhausted يعني مرهق, and I will be in a trouble again. Trouble, maybe healthy troubles, مشاكل صحية. His mom said, I have told you before, Abdullah, you mustn't waste food. يعني لا تهدر الطعام. So what he said, I only leave the vegetables. Mom, I don't like them. يعني يترك الخضروات ما يأكلهم بالنسبة إليه. D. Where are you going, Abdullah? His friend told him or asked him, where are you going? He said that I can't play. I don't feel well. My body aches. Lemon. So they said to him, you are just lazy. We won't ask you to play again. ما راح أسألك بعد أن تأتي مرة أخرى. Let us listen to a complete conversation. Abdullah talking to his doctor, and we have to make notes, يعني نكتب ملاحظاتنا عن شنو؟ عن الصيغة المستخدمة to give advice. شنو الأشياء اللي استخدمناها بالحوار حتى نعطي advice. Is it the same as yours؟ يعني somebody على سبيل المثال هنا عندك he is feeling tired because he didn't get enough hours sleep. Okay, because before the night he was exhausted in doing his homework. Okay, and he feels that he will get a trouble, unhealthy troubles. Okay, his mother here, when she saw him wasting food, يهدر الطعام, she told him to you shouldn't do that, right? So what advice you can give such person when he wastes his food؟ يعني يهدر طعامه، ما يأكل الطعام المخصص له أو يأخذ سميها يعبث به. She told him that you mustn't waste food, or you oughtn't waste food, or you shouldn't waste food as an advice. The previous one, there is still no an advice. Here he is talking with himself, here with the professor, here with the mother, and here with his friend. So when he told them that he can't play because his body, or he feels aches in his body, they told him that you are just lazy, and we will not ask you again. Let us start. بمعناته إنه he has a trouble, as you see, because he doesn't or did not sleep enough. This is one problem. The second problem, that he wastes time, and the third, he has a problem where in doing exercises, as well as he has trouble in what? Doing homeworks at night, or after midnight. Okay, for a long time at midnight instead of getting in bed or sleep. Right. After knowing the problems, let us listening to what the doctor told Abdullah or advised him. Okay, so listen carefully and write down your answering about what? About advising given by doctor to whom? To Abdullah. So listen carefully.
Unit 6, Lesson 4, Section 68. Listen to Abdullah talking to his doctor. Make notes about the advice the doctor gives him. Is it the same as yours?
Good evening, Abdullah. What can I do for you?
I'm not sure, doctor. It's just that I seem to be in trouble all the time. At home, at school, with my friends.
Dear me. Why is that?
Well, I'm always tired.
Have you been getting enough sleep?
Yes, I sleep for 6 or 7 hours a night.
You should try to get 8 hours.
I can't. I have to get up early for school.
Well, then you ought to go to bed earlier.
But I often have to stay up late doing homework.
You shouldn't do your homework late at night. Most people can think better during the day. You could do your homework in the afternoon, or you could do more work at the weekend so you can sleep more on school days.
That's a good idea. But do you think I need to take vitamin pills?
That depends on your diet. If you have a balanced diet, you shouldn't need pills. Do you know what I mean, Abdullah?
Yes, but I don't like vegetables, doctor, so I never eat them.
Never? There must be something you like, Abdullah. Tomatoes, carrots, lettuce. You should try different vegetables until you find some you like. And try raw vegetables. You might like them better.
All right, doctor, I'll try.
And fruit, of course. You should try to eat 5 things from the fruit and vegetable group every day.
5 pieces? That's a lot. But okay, I'll try to do that.
Now, what about exercise? Do you play any games, or do you sit at a computer a lot?
Well, I used to enjoy basketball and swimming, but I'm too tired these days.
You're too young to be so tired, Abdullah. I'll do a blood test just to make sure there's nothing wrong, but I think it's your lifestyle. You need to get more sleep and more exercise. You can go for a walk in the park every day, even if you don't feel like doing anything else. And you should start eating fruit and vegetables.
All right, doctor, I'll try.
I hope you will. Come and see me again in 2 weeks' time. Now, go to the nurse and get a blood test.
Okay, thank you. for listening. Of course, you can find this lesson اللي هو listening مالتنا at the end of the book. Go to Unit 6, Tract 68. Okay, you may find it at page, yeah, you may find it at page, sorry, I should see, 80 so you can find it, yeah, you can find it on page 139 at the end of the book. يعني ممكن تشوفين هذا listening في نهاية الكتاب على صفحة 139. So as we said before this time, we have Abdullah. He has a problems in sleeping, doing homework lately, wasting vegetables. He did not like eating vegetables, and also he has a problems with what? With doing exercises. A doctor has given him certain kind of advices which is given to him has taken the form of what? Of course, مثل ما نعرف كيف أكتب النصائح إحنا using subject, then should be followed by should, okay, and sometimes shouldn't, and should be followed by ought to, ينبغي عليك، okay، طبعا أكيد بعدها مصدر مجرد خالي من أي إضافة، أو by using could اللي هي أضعف وحدة قلنا بالاستخدام الموجود عندي. هذه النصائح اللي راح استخدمها بعد الشود، بعد الأوتو، بعد الكود. I have to use what؟ أكيد of course infinitive form of the verb. لازم أستخدم شكل مجرد للفعل مالتي وأكمل النصيحة مالتي. Right. Look here in your طبعا your students books قلنا on page 139 you can find the form of advices اللي تطلعيها استخرجيها. Number 1, you didn't do your homework last night. Okay, let's start from the beginning. We said that he has a problem with what? First of all, he has a problem with sleeping because he slept mostly. يعني نام دائما أغلب الأحيان he sleeps what? Lately. So the given advice is what? You should try to get 8 hours. You should try to get 8 hours. مش متكونة هذه النصيحة subject, should, infinitive form of the verb, as well as complement. يعني لمن يعاني مشاكل من النوم النصحة you should try to get 8 hours. Okay. Also, he said that he is doing his homework lately, so he said that you ought to go to bed earlier. أيضا استخدم صيغة الأوتو لإعطاء شنو؟ نصيحة متبوعة بمن؟ بالمصدر مجرد الخالي من أي إضافة. إذا هذه النقطة الثانية المستخدمة عندنا اللي هي تنطين أنت نصيحة باستخدام الأوتو، ولازم يزين يعني من ناحية قوة الاستخدام. فهنا this is the second point. subject اليو مالتي subject متبوعة بالأوتو، ينبغي عليك الجو مصدر مجرد خالي من أي إضافة الكومبلمنت. He has problems also مثل ما قلنا يعني مشكلته في getting يعني خلينا نقول مشكلته that he did not get enough sleep. النصيحة أعطيت you should try to get 8 hours and you should go to bed earlier. هذه واحد. قلنا he is doing his exercises. The second problem is what? In doing exercises lately after midnight. So the doctor said you shouldn't. هذه أيضا ممكن أستخدم صيغة shouldn't اللي هي negative form of should لإعطاء النصيحة. subject shouldn't, infinitive form للفعل مالتي. So you shouldn't do your homework late at night. Also, he gave him advice. You subject ممكن نستخدم قلنا could. يعني هذه النصائح سجليها يمج كملاحظات، طلعيها النصائح خليها يمج. You could ومصدر مجرد خالي من أي إضافة do your homework in the afternoon, or another advice you could do more work at weekends so you can sleep more on the school day. أكثر من طريقة جاي ننطي لإعطاء النصيحة استخدمها مع البروبلمز الفور بروبلمز اللي عندنا. We said also before this time that he has a problem where? In eating vegetables. So what is the advice given to him? You اللي هو subject مالتي should try مصدر مجرد خالي من أي إضافة complement different vegetables until you find some what? Until you find some you what? You like, and try raw vegetables. raw vegetables اللي هي الخضروات اللي نسميها احنا نية، الخضروات اللي بعدها طازجة نية. الغير مطبوخة نسميها raw معناتها نية أو غير مطبوخة. Okay, you may like them better. All right, doctor, I will try. And the fruit, of course. طيب من ضمن النصائح vegetables and the fruit. Also, another advice is given to him by what? About the eating vegetables that you اللي هو الفاعل مالتي should اللي هي النصيحة try مصدر مجرد خالي من أي إضافة to eat 5 things from a fruit and vegetables group every day. هذا الكومبلمنت للجملة مالتي. فهذه أيضا نصيحة أعطاها الدكتور للبروبلم اللي هي عنده what he did not like eating vegetables. So you should try كأنما تدريب على أن يأكل خمسة إلى أن يكمل حد ما يتعود على الفواكه. يعني 5 أنواع أو تصنيفات على ما يتعلم على الفواكه. فهاي كلها نصائح تلقينها بكتاب الصفحة 138. Also you should قلنا نستخدمها لإعطاء النصيحة start infinitive form of the verb eating fruit and vegetables. You should start eating. تبدأ بتناول هذه المجموعات. Okay. Of course بالحوار عندك كلمات ظهرت جديدة بالحوار اللي تحدثنا عنه بالدرس السابق. طبعا هذه الكلمات like raw يعني اللي هو ني أو غير مطبوخ. balanced diet راح تلقينها إن شاء الله بنهاية الكتاب اللي هي غذاء غير متوازن. فيتامين بيلز حبوب فيتامينات. كرز جزر. لتس خس. raw vegetables اللي هي سميناها شنو الخضروات النية أو الغير مطبوخة. هذا بالنسبة طبعا للبارت الأول اللي موجود في كتابك. Now we have to do what? We have to do exercises. علينا أن نسوي تمارين. And of course before doing exercises what we have talked about? We talked about using يعني استخدمنا different kinds of advices. استخدمنا نصائح مختلفة بدرسنا لهذا اليوم. And also you may find يعني ربما تجدين من ضمن الدرس اللي تحدثنا عنه قلنا المودل verbs اللي هي الكود طبعا تستخدم لإعطاء النصيحة. الشود أيضا استخدمناها لإعطاء النصيحة. الشودنت أيضا استخدمناها حتى ننطق نصيحة. الأوتو ينبغي أوتو أيضا لإعطاء نصيحة. كذلك استخدمنا شنو بعد من ضمن هذه الحالات should ought could هذه كلها تستخدم لإعطاء النصيحة. وشدنت أيضا ممكن أنت خلال الحوار مالتج you should eat مثلا يقول له enough vegetables على سبيل المثال enough vegetables. أوكي enough أو not enough كلمة enough or بالنيجاتيف فورم مالتها not enough هذه تعتبر شنو؟ الدروس السابقة حكينا عن كلمة enough شنو ممكن أصنفها؟ enough أو not enough نفس الحالة يعني كافي وغير كافي. أوكي كافي و not enough معناتها شنو؟ غير كافي. أوكي شنو ممكن أصنفهن هاي المجموعتين enough و not enough اللي تسبق الناون هذه أسميهم determinants محددات تسبق الأسماء حتى تنطي عليها more information. لهذا من تشوفين شنو اللي إجا بعدهم؟ إجوا بعدهم اسم مثلا يعني مثلا vegetables مثلا على سبيل المثال. فهذول المحددات اللي راح تسبق الاسم هذول الانف أو not enough بعدها مثلا يجي اسم تعطي هي شنو giving more information. determinants تشتغل حتى تنطيني معلومات أكثر عن الاسم اللي يجي وراها. فتلقيها ممكن بالحوار مالتش مستخدمة تصنيفها شنو أصنفها شنو اسمهن هذلن الانف أو not enough determiners تسبق شنو تسبق الاسم to give more information about a noun مالتي. Right now open your books or your activity book. Of course on which page راح تكتبين راح تفتحين كتابك النشاط على صفحة 96 اللي هي 96. Of course also we have listening أيضا هنا عندنا listening اللي هو مهم أيضا يعني سواء امتحان التحرير أو الشفوي لأن به معلومات مفيدة هسه راح تنتبهين. Okay so listen again and mark the advice the doctor gives. Abdullah true or false يعني النصائح اللي انطاها إليه شوفيها هي نفسها واللي مذكورة إذا مو نفسها خاطئة صحيحة شنو الخطأ بها حتى نصححها ودزلج أكيد الإجابات يعني مع نقطة التمرين الموجود عندي. So let us listening again. نسمع مرة ثانية اللي هو track 69 خلينا نسمعها عن التمرين حتى نحله. So listen carefully.
Section 69. A. Listen again and mark the advice the doctor gives Abdullah true or false.
Good evening, Abdullah. What can I do for you?
I'm not sure, doctor. It's just that I seem to be in trouble all the time, at home, at school, with my friends.
Dear me, why is that?
Well, I'm always tired.
Have you been getting enough sleep?
Yes, I sleep for 6 or 7 hours a night.
You should try to get 8 hours.
I can't. I have to get up early for school.
Well, then you ought to go to bed earlier.
But I often have to stay up late doing homework.
You shouldn't do your homework late at night. Most people can think better during the day. You could do your homework in the afternoon, or you could do more work at the weekend so you can sleep more on school days.
That's a good idea. But do you think I need to take vitamin pills?
That depends on your diet. If you have a balanced diet, you shouldn't need pills. Do you know what I mean, Abdullah?
Yes, but I don't like vegetables, doctor, so I never eat them.
Never? There must be something you like, Abdullah. Tomatoes, carrots, lettuce. You should try different vegetables until you find some you like. And try raw vegetables. You might like them better.
All right, doctor, I'll try.
And fruit, of course. You should try to eat 5 things from the fruit and vegetable group every day.
5 pieces? That's a lot. But okay, I'll try to do that.
Now, what about exercise? Do you play any games, or do you sit at a computer a lot?
Well, I used to enjoy basketball and swimming, but I'm too tired these days.
You're too young to be so tired, Abdullah. I'll do a blood test just to make sure there's nothing wrong, but I think it's your lifestyle. You need to get more sleep and more exercise. You can go for a walk in the park every day, even if you don't feel like doing anything else. And you should start eating fruit and vegetables.
All right, doctor, I'll try.
I hope you will. Come and see me again in 2 weeks' time. Now, go to the nurse and get a blood test.
Okay, now after listening, let us start exercise A. Number 1, you should try to get 10 hours of sleep. Is it right? This is the advice given to him, 10 hours. Of course, what? Of course, it is false. Why? Why? Because he has to get what? You should try to get 8 hours. So number 1 is what? إذا أجينا للحل مالتها. Number 1 is false, and then I will send you the answer, the correct answer. أحجز لكم إياها. You ought to go to bed earlier. Is it true or false? Of course, this is advice given. It's true. You ought to stay up after midnight. Of course, what? هذه النقطة يبقى مستيقظا. No, you have or ought to go to bed earlier. Number 4, you shouldn't do your homework late at night. Is it true or false? Of course, this is advice given. It is true. You could do your homework in the evening. The doctor said that you could do your homework in the afternoon, so it is false. 6, you could do more work at the weekend. في عطل بالعطل يشتغلون قال لي. Of course, it is true. And number 7, if you have a balanced diet, هذه كلمة نظام غذائي متوازن, you should not need pills. True or false? It is true. You shouldn't try raw vegetables. False, because he said to him or told him you should try raw vegetables. You should eat 4 pieces of fruit and vegetables every day. We said that it is false, not 4, 5. Okay, not 4 rather than 5. Okay, now let us complete the last point in the previous exercise. Okay, here number 10. You can go for a walk in the park every day. You can walk for a walk. True or false? It is a good advice, and it is true. It is said by the doctor. Now, look to the other exercise, which is exercise B. Also, we need to listen to track number 17 and repeat, then work in pairs and role play a conversation between a doctor and a patient. What is important here? It is, of course, طبعا هنا مهمة. We have different kinds of diseases, أمراض مختلفة, like for example headache, this is one. We have also, you after you will listen, human fight, as we said before this time, يعني عندنا عدة أمراض, like for example, sore throat, ارتباط احتقان البلعوم. We have knee, يعني أمراض مختلفة بأشكال مختلفة. knee hurts, ألم بالكاحل, بالركبة العفو. knee hurts اللي هي ألم بالركبة, knee ركبة. hurts تؤلم, ألم بالركبة قلنا. أوكي. هنا هذا الدرس عبارة عن ممارسة شنو؟ راح أمارس بيه give advice, إعطاء نصيحة, using should, shouldn't, ought to, could, give advice. راح تشوفين بيها also answering, إجابة, responding للأدفايس مالتي, respond للأدفايس مالتي, إجابة, أوكي, للأدفايس مالتي. So راح نمارس giving. Also we are going to ask for advice. ممكن نسأل عن النصائح, نسأل عن إعطاء نصيحة. فإذا راح نمارس بهذا الدرس هنا 3 points. Number 1, give advice. 2, respond to advice. 3, asking for what an advice, اللي هي السؤال عن النصيحة. Right. So let's start. Listen carefully, okay, to the conversation between the doctor and what? Between the doctor and the patient. Patient اللي هو المريض. Okay, so listen carefully, please. Okay.
Section 70. B. Listen and repeat. You should try to get 8 hours sleep every night.
I can't. I have to get up early for school.
You ought to go to bed earlier.
I often have to stay up after midnight doing homework.
You could do your homework in the afternoon.
That's a good idea.
Do you think I should take vitamin pills?
That depends on your diet.
What do you think I should do?
You should change your lifestyle.
What do you think I should do? هذا شنو نوعها؟ question. إذا هذا شنو نسميها إحنا؟ asking شنو؟ advice. What should I do? What do you think I should do? إذا هذه asking advice, right? The answer is you should change your lifestyle. This is advice. نوع الإجابة هنا نصيحة, right? Do you think I should take vitamins, pills, vitamins, pills اللي هي الحبوب, الفيتامينات. هذه also asking advice. شو الجواب؟ راح يكون إعطاء نصيحة. That depends on your diet. Maybe in this way ممكن تجي يعني يعتمد على طريقتك أو your lifestyle مثلا, فتختلف الإجابات للنصائح مختلفة. Advice, you could do your homework in the afternoon. That's a good idea. يعني ممكن تكون نصيحة أنا أقدر أتوافق ويا الشخص فأقول له that's a good idea. أقدر أسولف وياه بطريقة أخرى أقول له this is depend on your diet, depend on your lifestyle, etc. ممكن أعطيه نصيحة, يعني ممكن أقول له لا that's a good idea. ممكن من يسألني نصيحة أعطيه نصيحة. فالإجابات ريسبوند مختلفة, أما أتوافق ويا النصيحة أو ممكن مثل بالنقطة الأخيرة هنا أعطيه نصيحة. right. اوكي, فقلت احنا درسنا give advice, respond and asking. قلت we have different diseases. ممكن تكون بالهدك, بالرأس, ممكن تكون بالبلعوم, ممكن تكون عضو متألم مثلا عندك انت. وشلون اذا شخص سألك اعطاء نصيحة تجاوبينه. right. The last part in our lesson for today, we have to write a paragraph. We have to write a paragraph about your lifestyle, يعني اسلوب حياتك. فراح يكون العنوان مالت الإنشاء مالتي من أجي أكتب إنشاء. أكيد شنو راح يكون في وسط الصفحة يجيب كابيتال لتر my life. شوف انتبهي شلون جاي أكتبها. أول حروف كابيتال في كل كلمة مهمة. my lifestyle or my style in life. عادي my lifestyle. خلينا نحطها كلمة واحدة اللي هو كاتب لك إياها lifestyle as one word. هنا بعد إذا دمجناها لازم نصير small. So my lifestyle هذا هو العنوان. من أنزل قلنا دائما نعوف indent space of one word. أوكي نبتدي نسولف. بالإنشاء ممكن تحطين إجابات عن أسئلة في عقلك. Do you think that you have a healthy lifestyle؟ ممكن تحطين أسئلة بعقلك about having healthy lifestyle or not. Having a healthy lifestyle or not. بالنسبة لك طبعا أنت lifestyle or not. بدين سؤالين عن نفسك بالبداية مثلا. About for example, when do you do your متى do you do you do your exercises or your homeworks يعني at night, midnight, during the day. So when do you do your homework؟ يمتى بالتحديد الوقت اللي تستخدمينه لإداء الواجبات؟ ممكن يعني هذا من ضمن الأسئلة ممكن أنت بحياتك. أوكي. How do you do exercises؟ أنت بالنسبة لك كيف تأدين الexercises يعني how do you do it يعني كexercises كتمارين ممكن نتحدث عنها إحنا. ممكن تمارين رياضية. أوكي. ممكن تجاوبين عن اللايف ستايل مالتك. How much sleep do you have or do you get? How much sleep ممكن جوابك يكون له علاقة بال how much sleep do you what do you get. أوكي أنا سويت لك مثال خلينا نقول نموذج عن الإنشاء وعليش أنت تسوين واحد واجب عن writing a paragraph about your lifestyle. كل الواجبات اللي جاي تسوونها جاي تسجل عليها درجة. كلها جاي تقرأ صحيح ما جاي أصحح لك إياها. كتاباتكم ما شاء الله جدا يعني متحسنة فما جاي أصححها لأن ما عندي وقت لكن كلها جاي تسجل وعليها درجة. So this is an خلينا نقول sample عينة من إنشاء عن about your lifestyle. قلنا لازم نحط العنوان ما ننسى. أنا ما أكتبه حتى لا يأخذ مكان لكن أنت تكتبين my lifestyle كعنوان and leave indent تعوفين مسافة كلمة. So starting with the capital letter. So let's start talking. هذا فقط sample عينة وأنت تقدرين تكتبين عن أسلوب حياتك بالطريقة اللي تردينها كله صحيح. لكن أسلوب حياتك الشيء المعتاد عليه. So I have my own lifestyle which is wonderful. I am a preparatory student in Al Rasul Secondary School. Of course, Al Rasul, this is my previous school where I taught students, where I taught many students. They were boys. Okay. هذه مدرسة القديمة اللي كنت أدرس بيها. I am also in football team. مستخدمة طبعا أنا زمن يتراوح بين المضارع البسيط وحسب الحاجة أغلبها تقريبا مضارع بسيط. I am in a football team and play once a week. فهذه من ضمن اللايف ستايل مالتي. Play once a week. I get up early on school days. I do my homework in the afternoon. I sometimes do my homework at the weekend so I can sleep more on school days. Before sunset, I go for a walk. قبل غروب الشمس وين تروح؟ التمشي in the park or go to gym with my friends. I sit at the computer every night. Every night هذا من الأفعال تستخدم دلالة على عادات في مثل أسلوب حياتك أو عادة متكررة. For 2 hours chatting with my friends and learn new information. I have a balanced diet. نظام غذائي متوازن that depend on different vegetables and fruit. بالامتحان ممكن تعتمدين عليه لكن هسه احنا نحتاج تكتبين انتي about 50 إلى 75 تقريبا نموذج مشابه لهذا عن your lifestyle. نظام حياتك، قعدتك، طعامك، غذائك الصحي، دراستك، طريقة الدراسة بالليل بالنهار، يعني تلعبين رياضة، يعني كل هذه أسئلة أنا سألتك عدة أسئلة هنا ممكن تستفادين من عندها أيضا حتى تبنين أفكار حتى تسوين حوار. يعني مثلا whether you have a healthy lifestyle or not, when do you do your homework, how do you do exercises, how much sleep do you get, different questions from this lesson and the previous lessons. You can use it to talk about your lifestyles and you don't forget what You don't have to forget the title because it's very important even in the final exam. حتى بالامتحان النهائي هذا إذا ما كتبينه يروح عليه درجة. Our lesson for the next lesson will be lesson 5. I will write the notes and send it to you soon, very soon إن شاء الله. ملاحظات الدرس السابق راح أطبعها وأرسلها إلك. هذا الدرس أيضا سجلي ملاحظاته اللي كتبتها أنا، شكل شيء كتبته سجليه يمك، يعني تحسبا إذا ما لحقت أطبع تكوني أنت معتمدة عليها. أوكي، درسنا القادم إن شاء الله lesson 5. Thank you so much and goodbye.